folks. Welcome to the Cat's Out of the Bag night. Peoria dude. Oh, yeah, Mike doesn't need coffee. You're right. Sometimes I don't think Daryl does either. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Kitty, you're as bad as me. You jump from one live stream to another. Hope everybody had a great day. It was beautiful weather here in Ohio. TJ, nothing much is up here. It's dark. The dogs are in their apartments for the evening. So TJ, what do you do in your wood shop? What do you make? Hey Vina. I have a troll here, but you're not allowed to slay it. It's a friendly troll. Yeah, that's what I did, Christian. I was over in Big Bears in Robin's Essential Oils live stream. Hi Claire, how are you? Hi Walt, haven't seen you around lately. Coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
They heard we have a guest speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it that Grizz says, Claire? Something about a blue thumb. Hi, XZKT. Well, that's a mouthful. Only 4 letters.
Yeah. He's a neighbor of ours. He's in Indiana.
Oh, okay. You like my troll? I've had him for over 20 years. He's one of the originals. You're allowed to lurk, Walt. I've done that. I've done that a time or two. Hi, Kristen. We're glad you're here also. Oh, she's a bottler. She blued us. Not booed, but blued. See, my troll is blue too. He's supposed to have, like rabbis have, they're called, their prayer shawls. He used to have one. I don't know if one of my granddaughters got it or if one of my sons got it when they were small, but I don't know where it is anymore. But he does have a yarmulke on, see? So, we're all set. Hi, Teresa. Raven's Nest, evening. Anybody do any gardening today?
I did.
I know Daryl did. I was fine till we took our daughter-in-law and youngest grandson to McDonald's for lunch, and I've been sick all afternoon. So my dinner consisted of some tomato soup and a bagel with some cream cheese and homemade strawberry rhubarb jam. Shaitan, how are you? Pioneer Soul, Michelle's here. 25 people. Hi, Rocky Brook. You're over 200 now. I used my Alter Ego, and when Jason said to go over there and subscribe, I went over there, and my other name wasn't subscribed to your channel yet, so we got you over 200. Hi, Little Mountain Ranch. Welcome from Canada. Yeah, well, XZKT, it definitely got me today, and I only had 1.5 double cheeseburgers or whatever they're called.
Oh, you might want to mention our giveaway.
Oh, yes. For those of you that haven't seen the video, let me get Mr. Martian Man a little bit out of the way here. I'll put him behind all we can see is Alfred Einstein here behind the microphone. Daryl's here. He's just not showing it, is he?
No, I'm not showing it. I'm waiting on our guest here.
Okay. We have a 500 subscriber giveaway going. there is a video out there, and it shows all the goodies that are going to be in the box. The only things that there's two different things that you get to choose from. There's two different dehydrator books. You get one or the other, not both. And then there's
Two different hot pads.
a hot pad and
Glove.
a glove
Mitten.
that is either purple with grapes on it or brown and tan with sunflowers. You get your choice of one of those. But everything else is included. There's seeds. There's the book. There's a CD. And I had... Here's... If you haven't been to their website, Sounds Like Rain. There we go. They have some awesome music. They have wonderful voices and can play the guitar. And one of these, unopened, brand new, is also in the gift box. So the thing is, you have to go to that video and type in the comment, I'm in, works for me, something, so we know you're going to do it. Then you have to go to the video of the Appalachian Conference and count how many in-car videos we put in that slideshow. And then email us. Don't put it online. You have to email us the number. And it goes to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Ah, hockey. That's right. Jen, you're in Canada. Hi, Wendy. Windswept Teal House. Bob Homestead. Yeah, make those thumbs blue. I'll bring... he had an accident. Hi, Dale and Crystal. How are you? So you know, in 3 weeks, Claire's parents are hosting a get-together at Cedar Creek Park here in Ohio. We are going. Oh, I know that bearded man. See, Jen, I never got into hockey. Now, my aunt, my mom's sister, they lived in Rochester. Hockey was everything. Ooh, Mennonite life. Hello, good evening. Well, glad you stopped and checked us out, Homestead wannabes. Good coffee. No coffee is good coffee. I have ginger ale because of my yucky stomach today. Yeah, Rochester. It's my hometown. Still have family there. Harris's, Cohen's, Phillips. Grizz! Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Mrs. Soap Peddler's here. Mrs. Soap Peddler, I shared my winnings with my daughter-in-law today. It went my ear.
Sorry.
I gave her a peppermint and a rosemary. Daryl never grows his beard out. I told him, grow out your beard and grow a ponytail. He won't do it. I'm just not sure why. I think it'd be neat. Yeah, the other white meat. Don't tell him that, Dale and Crystal. You're going to get back on the end of your shovel.
Okay.
I think she's going to like it. I told her everything else I had, but I didn't bring it out because I was afraid she'd take it. So I'll have to buy her some.
Okay. I guess I'll make a very quick announcement here.
Go for it.
We have a total of 6. 1/6 to the Pratt Family Homestead.
Yes, 1/6.
Mike is going to join us this evening. Apparently one of the young ones is not feeling well, and Jenny had to make a run. So,
Ooh.
without wasting any other time, we'll just bring Mike right on board here. Mike, you're on.
Woohoo! We're doing just fine. Standing ovation. I can see him. I can see him now. This guy is as crazy in person as he is on his videos. Awesome people. Yeah. The guy with the beard and the tan hat. Yeah. Well, Grizz is on here too, but I was talking about you. Hi, Bandana.
Mike, do you have the? Okay.
He can see them all.
Yep, he's got the chat pulled up. All right, good deal.
Oh, last week was. Oh. Oh, geez. That sucks. They can't hear Mike. No. We can hear you.
Try it again, Mike.
Hello.
They don't realize that they have to learn how to do sign language.
Yeah, the beard makes it hard for lip reading.
Very faint.
Still saying they can't hear.
Did you take off all the settings? Remember last time when we had...
Yeah, it looks like...
Oh, it's good. It's good now, they say.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear him a lot better in my ear also.
Yep. We're good. We're good.
We're going to talk about those settings, Daryl, because when... I need to play with that myself, because when you Skyped in the other night, whenever you talked, I had an awful echo, and I think I probably needed to have something turned down, and I didn't.
Yeah, we noticed that also, because Daryl mentioned it.
Yeah.
About the echo.
That's an easy fix.
They're already YouTubing you there, Mike.
Oh yeah, Rocky Brook. Yep.
Trust me, he walks in a building, doesn't matter where it is, and he yells that, and people know he's in the house.
That was pretty fun at Cracker Barrel there.
Yeah, Crackle Barrel. That's right. Crackle Barrel.
But
as I said earlier, I didn't have sound. Jenny's not here. She's got the youngest one at the doctor. Just left 10 minutes ago. Pretty sure strep throat, and Jenny diagnosed correctly 99% of the time. So I'm sure Jenny will be coming home with some antibiotics.
Oh, how awful! There's a lot of this weekend alone, or just today, wholesome roots. Yesterday said her 2 little ones came down with belly aches, and she had one, and her 2 kids are still sick.
That's what happens. The weather gets nice and you get sick.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, also the kids, especially the girls, seem to have strep throat all the time. It's crazy. We can go a whole winter and they're almost never without it sometimes. So I don't get sick. And when I do get sick, I sleep for like 3 days and then I'm fine.
Yeah. Daryl's like that. Hey, Reinbold family. Glad to have you here.
Teal House Farm in the house. How's it going, Sam? Well, we picked up pigs yesterday. We picked up pigs today, and I'm picking up pigs tomorrow.
How many are you going to have total?
10.
Wow.
Because, 4 or 5 is not enough.
Okay. 10's a good round number. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're doing like a pork chop swap this year, and we're doing 4 different breeds.
Wow.
And then based off past breeds and based off the ones we're doing this year, probably next year settle on a breed and raise them ourselves.
Cool.
Oh, Peoria dude's here. He loves pigs.
Hi, Mama Cat. Oh, Windswept Homestead said they had 10 last year.
Oh, Windswept. Yeah, cool.
All we have are dogs, and you can't do squat with dogs. Can't use the manure. Can't milk them. They bark.
Yeah.
Oh, do they bark?
Yeah, ours barks quite a bit. Ours sounds really ferocious. I've always wondered if he would be or not. He's never been put into a situation where he needs to be ferocious, but I don't know. I got faith in him. You know what I'm saying? I think he would be.
There you go. Works for me.
I'm counting on you, bud. I'm counting on you.
My mom used to have one that would probably show the burglars right where if she had any jewels, right where they were. Yeah.
Well, my mom had a dog, a golden retriever, and the house got broke into, and that dog didn't do anything, and it became very ill, and it had kidney malfunctions, and they think maybe the burglars had a piece of meat or something and spiked it for the dog. The dog lived several more years on special feed because of the failed kidneys and everything else, but that's right about the time he had all of his problems, and they always wondered if that burglar had possibly, spiked the meat with something.
Especially if they were casing the house, they would know there was a dog there.
It seemed to them like it had been a case job. It really did.
I came home from work years ago. We were in our other house, and I think Daryl was home. I think that was right after he had his heart attack, so he was home. I walked in the backyard, and I couldn't figure out why. We had multiple cats. Why they were just laying down in the backyard and in the front yard. And then I walked up to them, and they weren't moving. Then in front of the house, I found an empty container of antifreeze.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Every one of them was dead.
Yeah, we had a neighbor decided to take care of the cats.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, you have idiots like that now and again.
So anyway, you traveled a little way to get your pigs, didn't you?
I did. We traveled down to, I don't even know what that'd be, Central Ohio, to get old spots. And we went down Saturday evening. We promised the kids they could swim in the hotel. So kind of did a rush job going down there to the, if you're familiar with Leesburg. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but went there and went down, what was that, Saturday evening we got there. Went to YouTube channel Grizzly Groundswell Chad T. Everson's place and visited with them for a while. They're great people. And then went to the hotel. Next morning, went and picked them up real quick and headed back home. So that was, I don't know, is that Central or Southern Ohio? It was about exactly halfway. It was, as a matter of fact, almost like halfway between here and the conference that was in Tennessee. And then today I drove 3 hours north to Baker's Green Acres. Mark Baker up there. Yeah. Great guy, great family. Picked up some mangalitzas. And they cooked me some pork chops for lunch. They took good care of me. Mark and I talked for a really long time. And I ended up having such a good time. He was showing me all of his property up there and everything. And I had such a good time. I stayed there about, 2 or 3 hours longer than I intended to. And just got home not too long ago. I got the new pigs in the pen. So, yeah, tomorrow I'll go 2 hours north again, northwest, and get some Tamworth pigs. I'm going to say it wrong. They have a Facebook page, Hidden Creek Farm, I believe is what it is, in Muskegon, Michigan. Because there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of Hidden Creek Farms on Facebook, but it's the one in Muskegon that we're going to.
Wow.
So, do you have a stock trailer, or you use a horse trailer, or what do you use to transport them?
I have a utility trailer that I made a cage on the back of it. Many years ago, or not many. I mean, we've only been doing this for about 3 years now. November will be 3 years, like 2.5 years. But when we first moved out here, I needed to go pick up pigs. I needed to go pick up sheep. So I built a cage with basically fencing around the cage, and then I put some plywood around some of the sides to protect from wind. And been using that ever since. Pick up piglets, drop off pigs to the butcher, drop off goats and sheep, and it's about time for it to get redone, but I think you'll see some of that in the coming pig videos here in the next couple of days.
Okay. Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
I think it's been in some other videos too, but I can't remember really.
I just watched the horse video.
Oh yeah, Jenny's horse video, yes.
Yes.
Well, I watched the video the other day of Jenny planting the trees, the fruit trees, and knowing which ones were in which hole.
Right.
Gosh.
Yeah, she had that all laid out great. We had so much stuff going on that she got stuck with the whole tree aspect of everything, and I felt so bad. But she dug 99% of the holes. I ended up breaking ground on, I don't know, maybe 2 holes.
Wow.
But she dug all 11 holes. She planted the trees. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was finishing getting pig stuff ready. TJ and I had to get the bees put in. They came Friday. Wait, Saturday. No, Friday. The bees came Friday, and we were going out of town Saturday. Had to get all that done. And anyway, she ended up stuck with those trees, and I felt so bad. But she did a great job.
Okay, Mike, you got a couple questions up here. Teal House Farm. And Dale and Crystal.
So far, our favorite breed is the Hereford we did last year. 2 years ago, before we were doing YouTube or anything else, when we very first moved out here, we moved out here November 14, and by December 15, I had pigs. And those were a Berkshire-Hampshire cross, and we loved those pigs too. But if I had to choose right now, we'd probably go with that one Hereford that we did last year, and that was the brown and white one. Oh, it is so good. The pork chops are not dry whatsoever. The hams are fabulous, and part of that might have to do with the butcher, but compare that meat to the meat of some of the other pigs we did last year, and those other pigs were it's a real dry pork chop and stuff, and we don't care for it too much. So right now that Hereford is in the lead, probably by a long shot, and it had a big butt, and it's got really big hams, and our half hams are 10 pounds alone.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's excellent. It had a little bit less bacon than those Berkshire-Hampshire mixes, a little less bacon, but it wasn't so much less that it was a big deal, if you know what I mean. And then I see Dale and Crystal. Was that Dale and Crystal, New York? Generally speaking, so the pigs we did the first year was 100% on feed. All they wanted to eat, all they wanted to drink. We didn't limit it, and that took 6 months. And then the pigs we raised on pasture last year, and we barely fed them anything. We rotated them through pastures and everything. We did that for, I think, 5 months, and then the pasture stopped growing. And so we switched them over to feed, and I think that ended up being about 7 months. They ended up eating a ton of feed in those last 2 to 3 months. I mean, almost the amount that if we would have been feeding them the whole time. But yeah, the last year was fun doing that pastured pigs out there. We loved that. I see Little Mountain Ranch likes the Burke Yorkshire. Oh, the Burke Yorkshire mix. Okay. Chefs for Her has Burke Hamps. Wendy, there are six humans in this family.
Six two-legged animals.
Right. Well, I don't know. We got a whole bunch of chickens.
That's true. That was a two-legged. You're right.
Myself, my wife, Oldest boy TJ is 11. Oldest daughter is pop quiz 9. Youngest boy is about to turn 6 here in a couple days. My youngest girl is 3.
Aw.
So yeah, I would say on average, and maybe somebody else can confirm this as well, but on average, I would say 6 to 7 months to feed out the pig and have it go to freezer camp.
Now you just take the pig out to a butcher. You're not doing that yourself.
Right. So I'm doing I'm trying some baby steps though. I made a video where I tried to make some bacon and I made it way too salty. And I've been researching since then and gotten lots of good ideas from some subscribers on doing more of a percentage of the weight in salt as the amount of salt to use. So what I'm trying to do this year is learn how to properly smoke and cure bacon and hams so that when it comes time for butcher time, I'm not, and yes, so I do take it to the butcher, but I'm going to try for this year that they don't do any of the smoking or curing or anything like that. I'll do it. And that'll cut my butcher bill almost in half. And then I would think the next year is when I will start attempting to butcher. The butchering process, I mean, I'm not real squeamish or anything, but if I screw up Jenny's bacon, she'll have my hide. I saw Dale and Crystal, so I shoot what I try for and what I read usually is between 225 and 275 is kind of the sweet spot, or 250, 275. So I ended up with hanging weights on my pigs last year between 170 and 190, and then I'm sure somebody in here can tell me the proper weight, because I'm thinking of it backwards, I think, but you can measure a pig with a tape measure and get a guesstimate of how much it weighs. I think I've been in the ballpark, but I want to say, I could be wrong here. Maybe go check out the channel, but I believe Lumna Acres has a really good video on taping the pig and getting a weight on it. Yes, Michelle Calder, I have heard that about the celery juice, and I believe celery seed, I believe they use also with the natural nitrates in there. I think I was watching Zach's channel, An American Homestead. I really like that channel, and he does a lot of that natural curing, and I believe they grow celery pretty much for the seed to do that. What was something else oh yeah, so the approximate weight, yeah, we shoot for 250. I know Lisa at Sutton's Days, I believe they shoot for 300. So everybody kind of shoots for that area. There's a point where, supposedly, because I really don't know anything, but that the whole feed to weight ratio starts getting really out of whack, and you're feeding them way too much feed, and they're not gaining weight nearly as fast. And that is that 250, 300 range. Michelle uses the juice. Cool. I gotta look into that. That's cool.
So, Karina, what do you do with the squeal then?
Every part except the squeal. What was that? Do you use that? Wendy, so when we take the pig to the butcher, one of the bad things about taking your pig to the butcher is no, we don't use everything because they don't sort everything. We do get the fat back, and we have started rendering our own lard. Every piece that is available for us to get back, we do take back, and we have used, I would say with the exception, or if we don't use it, we'll give it to somebody. So like the pig liver, I really had no interest in, but Jenny's friend did, so we gave her the liver.
Mike, how much property do you have up there?
We got 10 acres.
10 acres?
Probably, I want to say probably the living area with the house and the buildings and the two like circle driveways probably takes up, I don't know, three acres maybe. And we have like a little tiny wooded acre, or a 1 acre like wooded, maybe kind of swampy wooded area. and then all the rest is pretty tillable land, really. Oh, I shoot 400 for the lard. Yeah, we started Mennonite Life. We started playing with the lard this year. We didn't realize last year that we could keep the lard from the butcher, so we didn't. Or not last year, the first year. So last year, which is technically this year, but anyways, I said, well, can I have the lard? And they're like, oh yeah, cool, no problem. And they wrote it down, and so this is our first year rendering the lard, and we're pretty happy with what we got, and we've been playing with it with this and that, and some cooking stuff, which means Jenny's mostly been playing with it, but she's been enjoying it a lot, playing with it, cooking stuff. Yeah, I don't cook too much. You know, if there's lunch meat in there, that's about what I do. How much does it cost to butcher a pig? Well, I tell you what, because I'm going to lie here, and because I am not, my memory really stinks, Dale and Crystal, but I do have a video. It's called 2017 Pasture Pig Review, I believe, or 2016 Pasture Pig Review, and we do a price breakdown in there. But I think the gist of it was, so like that Hereford, I think we had 170 pound hanging weight on him, and our butcher charges 46 cents a pound for hanging weight, and then they charge, I believe, 50 cents a pound that you want smoked. And we ended up getting like 90 pounds smoked last year, so that was $45. But so that's basically just of it. They charge, I think it was $40 for the kill, and then they charge, I believe it was 44 cents a pound hanging weight. So we had 170 pound hanging weight, whatever that math is, and then we had 90 pounds smoked also, and that's 50 cents a pound smoked. So, you know, all that adds up. I think our bill when we walked out of there, 160 or 70. I don't remember right offhand. But yeah, please go look up that video, 2016 Pasture Pig Review. And we went to 2 different butchers and had different results. One butcher was quite a bit cheaper, like maybe almost half. But they had our meat for like over a month. I was a little irritated by it. The butcher that we really like and is a little more expensive, which is the numbers I was just quoting you, or not quoting, but thinking I remember. They only live a couple minutes, or their shop's only a couple minutes away, and we absolutely love what they do. And we had our pork back in 5 days. So,
is it all frozen when you get it back?
Yes. Or it was from the place that we like. It was. Okay. It is. But it was. I mean, they called. They were done, and I was there picking it up in. It's probably about 6 hours. I was picking it up, and so it was not finished frozen all the way. But I mean, it was hard. It was getting there, you know. But I got there pretty quick, so it wasn't. It hadn't finished freezing yet, but it had definitely been in the freezer for a while. Simply 7 Living. Good evening.
So, Mike, you've been doing this for, what, 3 years, you said now, roughly?
Correct.
What did you do prior?
Sat on the couch.
Sat on the couch? I didn't know if you came from the big city, Detroit or something, or.
No big city for me. We lived in a small town. We were in town. In fact, we loved where we were. We loved everything about where we were. We were in a nice neighborhood, not a ritzy neighborhood. I mean, our house was built in the 50s or 60s or something like that. But it was a very nice neighborhood. It was a block away, well, a really big block away from the elementary school. It was. We had nice neighbors. We really loved where we were. We were in a great location, and everything was great. And then we just realized that the house was getting pretty small with 4 kids. It was getting crowded pretty fast. So we went house hunting, and we decided also that we wanted property.
Alaska.
And we had gotten a couple chickens while we were in town that we weren't allowed to have. So we were looking to get out in the country, and we went and looked at a house. Our first house was a 1934 brick house. It was really sweet. It was huge. I say sweet just because I really liked it. I mean, but you could tell it was really old, needed some work. It had a barn on it. I mean, it was almost in condition as a working farm. But you could see a corner of the house, the brick had separated all the way down both sides of a corner, and it looked like that corner was falling out a little bit. Yeah, we decided we didn't want to deal with that, but we really liked the setup, and that was when we decided we need a barn. And then from there, I decided, Jenny was just kind of holding on for dear life, that we were going to do the whole goats and chickens, or we already had chickens, but it just snowballed, and then we found this spot, and I don't know, it just clicked, especially with Jenny. It really clicked with this place with Jenny at first. I didn't care for it at first because of all the outbuildings. I mean, we got some big outbuildings, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'll never be able to keep up on the maintenance on these buildings. And they're nice buildings. I found that a little intimidating, but Peoria dude says Alaska. What's he talking about? That's where I'm from. But I saw Peoria dude had actually asked a question just a minute ago, and I lost it. Can you age pork? That was one lost dude. Can you age pork like beef? Well, I can't think of the technical name of it, but they pack salt on hams and they let them hang for a year or two. It's not quite the same, and I don't have a good clear answer on just hanging in cooler weather like 40-degree weather and aging. I don't know. Oh, Peoria dude asked how the grass is looking where the pigs were last year. It's except for the one area, if anybody followed those videos last year, there was one area under this tree that whenever they were in that paddock, they just tore it up like crazy. And that area still looks like World War III a little bit, but it's all grown up. I mean, when I let these new pigs out in there, they're going to have a heyday for a couple days chewing it all down. And then the rest of the area where I kept rotating them looks fine. There's absolutely no problems with it. It's almost perfect. Dale and Crystal, do pigs eat everything? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's stuff that you're not supposed to feed them. Well, depending on who you talk to, I've read stuff where you shouldn't feed pigs potatoes, or not a lot of them at least. It can do some funny stuff. There's if you Google that, pigs eating potatoes, you'll find some kind of heartbreaking stories of farmers trying to feed pigs all the potatoes and stuff that they could find, and it ends up tons of stillborns, and it even affects the older pigs. Mama Cat, I think you're right. Salt cured ham is called country ham. But isn't there another fancy name for it? Mark Baker and I were actually just stumbling on this earlier today, I think, or I was stumbling no, not Mark Baker. I don't think it was Baker I was talking to. Anyways, isn't it called isn't there something called starts with a B or something? I can't. Prosciutto or something maybe, or yeah, I can't remember.
One lost dude, that was an episode on Criminal Minds where they ate the people. Just to let you know.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but you know what? I have no doubt that they would for real. I mean, they will eat. You throw something in there, they're going to eat it. My friend at the grass-fed homestead had to cull a rooster due to, I think it was being mean, and threw it in there, and there was nothing left of that chicken. Nothing, feathers, nothing. He had dispatched the chicken first and then put it in there. And there was nothing left of that chicken.
Sort of like the cats did to that possum that one time in the back room.
Well, there was plenty left. It was just in pieces.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was when I walked back there.
There it is, Mama Cat. Prosciutto. If you guys don't, I can't pronounce nothing. So, but Mama Cat's got it. That's what it is. And Windswept Homestead.
It's prosciutto, Mike.
prosciutto. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of earlier today, or maybe that was yesterday. But I think they let that ham hang for a really long time, and then you're supposed to eat it cutting it super thin. I've never had it. I've heard it is excellent. I've never had any.
You'll see that on a lot of the antipasto dishes with Italians.
Oh, okay.
Tara's pigs caught one of her chickens.
Whoa. Oh, Palmetto paratrooper. Disposing of bodies on pig farms for decades. Oh, now I know where to get rid of a few people. Wonder how to get them there, though.
That's what Jenny tells me. She's like, don't mess with me. I'll feed you the pigs. See, she's here. She's not here, so I can say these things.
We'll make sure she doesn't listen to it later on this week.
Or actually, in the doctor's office, I'm surprised she doesn't have the chat pulled up. Oh, actually, her data's about to run out. So it's running low. Yes, an American Bob Homestead, American Homestead. They have a whole.
Fanny.
I believe they have a whole natural meat preserving playlist, and American Homestead has salami and pepperoni hanging in their pantry for a year and stuff. That's where I really started learning, or I don't know about learning. That's where I started hearing about that kind of stuff. Bacon does go with everything.
Oh, Steve and Terry at Terabella Farms is here.
Yep.
They made a real nice video in that Homestyle dinner series.
Fanny Urban Homesteader also came in.
Yes.
Yes, Nicole, capicola is a very good Italian meat. You're right.
What is that? What is that one?
Yeah, it's also ham, pig, whatever. But
don't know what part, but it's pig.
My my mom's sister was married to an Italian.
Okay.
And she learned how to cook all that stuff.
Oh, that's right. Shalom Acres does that meat preserving too. That's right, one lost dude. Yep.
Seasoned turkey to make it taste like pork? Is that what you mean, Palmetto? Oh,
except leaner, yeah.
Yeah, it will be if it's on turkey, yeah.
What did Jenny buy? Jenny bought turkey something the other day, and I asked her, I said, are you kidding me? I can't remember what it was, and it turned out that it was not too bad at all. So, we keep talking about raising some turkeys, but we haven't yet.
We can't raise anything here.
Can raise some. Never mind.
Yeah. HE double hockey sticks. We've done that.
Okay, that one's made from the shoulder or neck. Excellent. Turkey jerky. Yeah, I have yet to try turkey jerky.
Oh, Kitty, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Mike, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to be going live every other week on a Thursday?
Yeah, I really want to hit every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. But we're going to ease into it. We got a lot of stuff, basketball, softball, dance. We got so much stuff going on with the kids. So we're going to ease into it every other week. So next week will be our next one. Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. But I'm sure in no time at all, it'll be every Thursday night at 9.
Okay.
We really enjoy the live shows. I think they're a lot of fun. And
Kitty has a website, just an independent website that she posts the various independent channels live shows.
Yes. Yep, I've seen that before. I'll have to give her our info. Can only have 6 hens there, Amanda's garden.
Elk jerky.
Oh, thank you very much, Kitty.
Never heard of elk jerky.
Yeah, deer jerky and
I don't.
Yeah.
Like.
Like kosher bacon.
There is such a thing, Mike. It's beef, but it definitely. That's what I grew up on.
Dale and Crystal, we currently live in southern Michigan. We're in the general vicinity of where the Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio borders all meet. But I was born and raised in Alaska. Jenny's from right here in Michigan.
How'd you get from Alaska to Michigan?
Oh, long story. Basically, I graduated high school and I ran. I just, I was ready to go. Not from Alaska, nothing in particular. I was just ready to go. And once I left Alaska, it just seemed like it's been super hard to get back there. But after high school, a couple years after high school, I joined the Army for 8 years. I was married, and my first wife's from Michigan, so we came to Michigan, and obviously that didn't work out. And now Jenny and I are obviously together, but and she's from Michigan, so that's kind of the short story there, I guess. But Palmetto, both Alaska and Michigan. All right.
Mike, are you guys gonna be going to the other conference in Virginia?
We are.
Homestead?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
he already said that.
I was pretty sure of that.
Palmetto. I was born in Anchorage, and in 6th grade moved south to Soldotna, Alaska, and I am in the vicinity of Ann Arbor. If you lived in Ann Arbor, then you probably know Tecumseh. That's the city that we moved from out to here. And we love Tecumseh. That's a really nice small town. Well, actually, just because you're in Ann Arbor doesn't mean you know where Tecumseh was, but it is a nice small town. And then, I bug Jenny like almost every week. Well, I bug her all the time, but I bug her almost every week to move back up to Alaska. So
Jason's here.
Big Bear Homestead.
Yeah, Kitty. There was somebody in the small YouTube homesteaders group on Facebook wanted to start going live, and she was talking about Thursday night. So I put up your schedule and the other schedule.
Oh, okay.
And just that way she knows who's online and who's not, and who's on first and who's on second.
Hey guys, help two family. Hey, Big Bear. Help two family out. I see there's like 45 people watching, only 26 thumbs up. Oh, Peoria dude's asking again. Duck eggs going good? Our duck eggs are fine. We are currently not hatching any. We're a little undecided. We're a little undecided where we are with birds. We know we need to cut back our chickens way back, and we know we want to hatch out some more ducks, but we don't need any more ducks for eggs. So we might hatch out some ducks and then put a couple in freezer camp maybe. But so we're really undecided what we want to do right now. So we haven't been hatching any, but the duck eggs that we're getting are excellent. And I don't know if you guys know, but my son, the reason we didn't cut the chickens way back is my son has a chicken egg allergy.
Wow.
A chicken egg white allergy, and a cow's milk allergy. So he's fine with the duck eggs, and my only theory on that is, one's poultry and one's waterfowl. So I don't know, but he used to get eczema so bad that, I mean, every part of his body was cracking and bleeding, and I do mean every part. And finally had an allergy test done, and that came back, and as soon as we took him off the milk and we took him off chicken eggs, wham, no problem. He has not had eczema since. So
good thing you found out.
Yes. It took long enough, but yeah, it is a good thing we finally found out. Are pigs the only animal we raised to butcher? No, we did meat birds last year, and we're going to do more meat birds this year, and we butcher those ourselves. The extra chickens that we have, we'll butcher and put those in the freezer, unless I can sell them. If I can sell them for a little bit and it saves me the time and effort of butchering them, I'll probably sell them. But I'm not actively trying to sell them. The plan is to put them in the freezer. And then come this fall, we'll be butchering our first goat, and I will probably do that. We tried selling them and we couldn't, so we made them a wether, and that's one of the reasons we got goats was as a meat source. So the goats that we have are kinder goats. Excellent milk. We don't get a lot of milk. We only do 1 a day milking. We get a pint of milk, and then we kept the 3 does that were born over this last year or so, and we'll be breeding them, and we're hoping to kind of have a breeding. I guess become breeders of them a little bit, but the males that get born don't have a whole lot of purpose except to feed us. So that'll also more than likely be that'll more than likely be the first time we try goat is after I butcher it. So we'll see. Yes, Mama Cat, I have butchered a deer before, and I have well, I take that back. I didn't really fully butcher the deer, but I have fully butchered 2 sheep before. And they were older sheep, so I just, and that's about my butchering experience, to tell you the truth, except for chickens and stuff. So it'll just be a process. I'm not worried about it. Just be a process, get it done. Dale and Crystal, I would think somebody else could answer that question a lot better than me. As I said, I have not actually had goat meat yet, so my understanding is, though, goat meat is the most popular meat in the whole world. Beef is really a United States thing and some other bigger countries, but the rest of the world, it's goat, is my understanding. Beyond Mountains Homestead, how are you doing? Oh, I used to work in a deer processing plant. All right. Yeah, Mrs. Soap Peddler, I've heard that too. Big Bear, there you go. Goat meat is great. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's good. I got a buddy that, I see Palmetto. I have a buddy that was in the Middle East over there, deployed and had some, and he said, I don't know, just maybe the memories or something. He says he'll never eat goat again. But I've generally heard that it was really good. So.
That's true.
Right, Palmetto. You know what, Palmetto? I never minded MREs when I was in, and I'm sure they're a lot better nowadays. But I'm not a picky eater either. I mean, there's food put in front of me, I'm eating it. That's that. So, I never minded those MREs. There was the ones that you prefer not to get, but I never really minded them too much.
Karina, oh my gosh. I could only be so lucky. That's funny. Isn't that too much?
Well, that's funny. That's funny you say normal. If you go watch our live show from last Thursday night, we talked a little bit about how great it was being at that conference, and being in a room full of 1,000 people, whether we knew them or didn't know them, or they knew us or didn't know us, but you could just have a pig butchering conversation right there in front of everybody, and nobody looked at you like you were crazy. It was that was a really cool part about being at that conference, and we talked about that in our live show last week. If you want to go look at that, and we had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, I like that cabin you had.
Oh yeah, I got a whole video to put out on the cabin, but then I don't know. I don't want to give away my secret spot. But Jenny's already made reservations for next year.
Yeah, well, we already know it's in the swanky side of town.
That's right. We might actually make a little family vacation next year. Go down 3 or 4 days early, maybe pull out, and then head somewhere else for a couple days before coming back home. Just depends on if we get somebody to watch the place or not.
Yeah.
We got a neighbor that is really interested in all this, and she wants to watch the animals when we go away, and it's starting to work out very well, and it's kind of freeing us up to go do stuff. To be honest with you, I'd rather just stay right here and not go anywhere. Jenny likes to go travel a bit, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So, but once I'm out, I've left here and gone somewhere, then I'm okay with it. But getting me up and out of here sometimes is a chore.
Yeah, see, our issue is the dogs. We have to have somebody here to let them out in the morning and feed them, and because we bring them in at night. They don't stay outside at night, so.
Well, Mike, you've been gracious enough to be on here quite a while. What's your time? I don't want to hold you.
Oh yeah, no, I'll probably jump off here in comments. I actually gotta go check on those new pigs. Peoria dude, strike. He says, "Who was talking about me at the conference? You left me hanging," and I'm trying to remember what that was now.
Were his ears burning?
No, Peoria dude. I think I mentioned it. Did I mention that in the live stream last week? Yes, Big Bear. I'd love to come stop by there. See, I get confused. Are you right in the vicinity, or I forget? I forget where you are. I tell you what, the other thing I really want to hit one year is that Baker Creek thing. I want to hit that one year.
Yeah, the seed.
Yeah.
Conference.
Which that might be kind of. What's the conference? Friday, Saturday next year?
I think so.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Hit that conference Friday, Saturday, then drive out to Missouri Sunday for the Baker Creek seed thing. I want to see what that's all about. That looks like it'll be a lot of fun too. Oh, 4 hours isn't bad at all, Big Bear.
Yeah, 'cause Jason, didn't you drive? You had to drive up to Cherish, and then you came in Saturday night for the after party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got to see him all clean shaven and everything.
No way.
Well, not clean shaven, but trimmed up.
Trimmed up nice.
Trimmed up. Yeah.
Peoria dude, it's right here on the tip of my brain, and maybe if I go back and watch that live stream, you're talking about the one we did in the car. Maybe it'll spark a memory. But it's like right there, but I'm kind of blank on it, to tell you the truth. The whole hard to leave thing with animals, that is completely true. We've gotten so lucky. We have the lady just down the road that's interested in this, and she loves coming and taking care of the horse especially, and kind of trained her up on everything, and she's basically just available. And I don't want to say, we can use it a ton and she's available whenever we want and all that, but she's doing a really good job. And then we also have a teenager next door. She actually comes and does the hay feeding for the horse in the afternoon, and then the other lady does the night and evening chores. So it's actually worked really good. Peoria dude, I did hear about that conference. I did not know. Oh yeah, 2018. Right. And I'll say this too. Sutton's Days channel, Lisa over there is working on a Michigan conference, which I'm sure will be open to anybody, obviously, but that'll be 2018 also. I don't know if she has like a name for it yet or not. Michigan Homesteading Conference, I don't know, but we were talking with her, and she's working on getting that planned out. So that's kind of cool, as these conferences are kind of popping up places, lots of different places for people to get to. One lost dude, you're right. The second I say, okay, bye guys, I'll remember what it was.
Isn't that always the way it happens?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the time.
Oh, they're going to Oregon in August. Cool.
Oh, wow. What are they going out to Oregon for, Grizz? I hadn't heard that one. Doug and Stacy have always been so good to Jenny and I. Doug, when we pop onto a live stream or something, Doug seems to talk us up quite a bit, and we've always really appreciated that. And I don't know if you guys know, but Jenny and my oldest daughter have been to Doug and Stacy's place. That was right when we were starting out with all this. That's actually when Jenny went down to Missouri to meet her horse for the first time. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so Doug and Stacy have always been good to us, and we need to chat with you sometime in the Big Bear. I didn't do it, I promise. I wasn't there. I don't know nothing about it. No, that's fine, Big Bear. Get hold of me. Yeah, Grizz, I heard Doug and Stacy I think from this time forward, I think Doug and Stacy are going to be at every Mother Earth News conference from this time forward for the rest of the year. Something like that. I forget. I think there's 4, or maybe 3 or 4 or 5. We had talked about possibly going to the one in Pennsylvania. I think that's the closest one for us.
Yeah,
how far is it
for
you guys?
For us too. Yeah.
How far is it for you guys?
I think 6 hours.
Yeah, it's about six.
Not
six
quite
and a
as
half.
far as Virginia.
It's about an hour
not
less.
Not quite as far as Tennessee. I mean.
About an hour less than Tennessee.
Yeah, when I mapped it, see, I'm trying to think. When I mapped it, I had it in my head it was closer for us to go out to that spot in Pennsylvania than it was down to Virginia. But that almost doesn't even sound right to me.
It depends on what roads I take, I suppose.
That's true. Depends if I drive like Scratch Maiden.
There you go.
So, yeah, I think I will go ahead and jump off, guys. I had a blast. I've got those 2 new pigs. Obviously, if everybody's following us on Instagram and Facebook, I got those 2 new pigs contained around the watering, the 55-gallon drum to get them used to the watering nipples, and hopefully they've taken to it. But hopefully they haven't escaped either. You know, I haven't really checked. I've been here.
Well,
but
I certainly hope not.
I'll have a fun night if they have, huh?
Well, I certainly want to thank you for spending some time with us. And,
I've had a blast.
And I certainly hope that that your young'un is much better. And tell Jenny we said hello.
I will. Yeah, I for some reason here my chat has completely froze up. So if anybody is saying I can't do anything with it, if anybody's saying, oh, there we go. There, I think. Nope, it's froze. If anybody is saying anything, the last thing I see, and that won't do anything for me, is that Chris said they're going to the Mother Earth News Fair.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to find out where in Pennsylvania. So that's about what's going on right now. Yeah.
No. Oh, there! I just saw you guys said something. So, or well, maybe not. Oh, well, it's crashing. Maybe it's best I'm getting off.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey,
I've had a lot.
Mike,
I've had a lot of fun.
Mike, you stay in touch.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, yeah, yep. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot for having me. Bye.
Okay, it's you and I.
Oh, they're stuck with the 2 of us again.
So, and you can see the troll twice now.
Oh, he's on 2 different screens? Oh, he's showing up on you. Oh, be darn. Oh, yeah, Calico Mittens. That'll work, Grizz. Mm-hmm. YouTube having fun with you too also, Jason? That's what it just did with Mike. It was freezing. Thanks, Kitty. Appreciate your help.
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, Palmetto. Haven't you met my troll before? He's probably over 30 years old. At least.
Oh yeah, we only let the classy trolls in here.
See you, Mama Cat. Thank you for stopping.
Yes, thank you, Mama Cat. And actually, I suppose...
Yes, Fanny, it is a very well-dressed... Well, like I said, it doesn't have its purr shawl on. That's missing, but, just so everybody knows, because it is my troll, it does have a yarmulke on. So, if you need a true Jew here, here's my troll.
Before everybody walks out, you need to hit that thumbs up button, if you would, please. Appreciate that. And we got anything else for them?
Not that I know of. Jason, as far as your group on Facebook, for some reason, my ID, every time I go into it, it asks me to join. So I just keep joining every other day. One day it'll realize who I am. Wendy, I honestly don't know where it's at. I'd have to, that 71-year-old woman hopes you eat Roundup. Oh, wasn't that a nice lady?
Stephen Terry, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen Terry. Appreciate you stopping.
Oh, and I sent you a message or something, Stephen Terry, so make sure you shoot me back an email if you would.
Yeah, I think I know I am Jason Big Bear's Homestead Group. I don't think Daryl is. SC Palmetto, I knew I had it. So I did have it when I was a teenager, because I had them when I had this one when they first came out. See, told you, Jason. It's like I join and then poof, it's getting as bad as YouTube when they unsubscribe people.
Thank you, Stephen Terry.
God, I got quiet. I can take this off.
Yes, yeah. We don't have
I
the
don't need to have those
Skype up anymore.
fancy schmancy FBI type thing in my ear.
All right.
Jason, that's called do Twilight Zone. Yeah, the Mother Earth News Conference. There's several of them throughout the United States, and the closest ones to us is in Pennsylvania. But there again, because it's a 6-hour drive, it would be a 2-day thing for us. Did you tell Danny and Wanda to come on over here? Or is this time for their live stream? I know they were testing it earlier. Hi, Daniel. How are you? How's Perrysville? Thank you for stopping, Little Mountain. Appreciate it.
All righty. Well, shall we call it an evening?
10:07. I think so.
It's been a wonderful evening. We thank each and every one of you for stopping in. Don't forget about our giveaway that's going.
Right. You have till a week from
Today.
Next Monday. Right.
Next Monday we will be doing the winner live on the show here. We'll draw the name out of something.
And I'm going to add a little addendum to the video that to join is going to be closed as of midnight Sunday. That way we get a chance, because if you don't, people are going to try and join all day Monday, and you're not going to be able to get those names into a drawing.
Yep.
So that way it'll give us Monday to
put it together. So
if anybody would like to join the giveaway, the 500 subscriber giveaway, we have it going on. Thanks, Walt. Glad you were here. It was a good chat tonight. Thanks, Peoria, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you live closer to Hayesville. Okay.
I know where that is too.
Well, so do I, but right now I just can't. Isn't that? Don't we pass that going to Lake when we went to Lakeville?
We went to Lakeville on 30. We would go through Hayesville.
Okay, the old 30.
Yeah, when we get off at 60 and go down, that's Hayesville.
Oh, so turn right.
We'll pick up 179. Yeah.
If we go left, we go to Green Valley Growers. Gotcha.
No, well, yes.
Yes.
You're still talking about 60.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So.
Rocky Brook, the Homestyle dinner. We're still getting emails from people asking if they can join in.
Yeah, it's taken on a life of its own.
It did. It took on a life of its own, and figure if somebody still wants to add their Homestyle dinner, that's fine. We'll put them on our playlist. So it has turned out very nice.
Wendy, right now the cat's still in the bag on that one. But we do have somebody lined up.
Yeah, Wendy did ask that. Yeah, see, Daniel said Route 60. Yeah, well, that's what you just said. So we're not too far from Daniel. Daniel's right between us and my niece. My niece lives in Loudonville, right on the river.
You gonna be online later, Big Bear?
And Wendy, I still have something to send to you. I haven't forgotten you. Sue, wasn't that conference? I enjoyed that conference. I wasn't sure, but we got an email the other day from two people who weren't even at the conference, but at the hotel. When we pulled in Friday night, there was two huge motorcycles sitting sort of in front of the front door. And see you later, Big Bear. And we had an email that they saw us at the breakfast that Saturday morning and saw our t-shirts, because we had our name on the t-shirts. And they emailed us and made mention of that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Somebody who has nothing to do with homesteading. They were just there for the night and had their motorcycles parked up front, and they sent us a very nice note saying that they saw the channel station, and because we had YouTube on the side of the sleeve, they knew where to come look, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Jason, if you want, you can call me. If you were talking to me. So, all right.
Yeah, I don't know who that was for.
Well, shall we just say good evening?
Yes, we stayed at the Super 8, Sue. Sure did. And it's a lot nicer than our Super 8 here in our town. So, yep. You. I'm pointing my finger at him, Jason.
Does he want to call me?
Yeah, he said, how about Skype?
Skype will work. That'll work. All right.
I don't think so. No, they did not, Wendy. I know that. You were there also, Sue? Well, see, that Saturday morning, we really didn't know anybody that was down there eating breakfast, and that little area they have is like, what, you can get 12 people in there? So, okay, well, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to take my melatonin and I'll put me La La Land.
Well, folks, thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week.
See you next week. Wendy, I'll message you.
Anything else?
That's it.
Bye-bye.
Night, folks.